Would you like to watch his video? Of course you'd like to watch his video. Let me ask you a question. What's the last video that you watched that actually helped you make more money and communicate better? You see, keeping control of a conversation is how you don't lose control. And I just did an example with you right now. So many times in sales, even in phone sales, the conversation gets derailed because the salesperson loses control. Why are you calling me? How did you get the number? I'm not interested. And the salesperson says, and they ask another question, the client says another thing, and they ask another question, the client ends up getting out of the conversation. You have to keep control. I'm not saying to not let your client talk at all, but choose the times you want your client to talk and dribble the ball, and choose the times you dribble the ball and keep control. And you can do that with a last breath pivot. The last breath pivot is saying something directly after the last breath of your last sentence and pivoting onto something else. Before the client derails you or throws you off your direction, you're already asking them the next question, so you keep control and keep dribbling that ball. Does it sound confusing? It really isn't. Let me tell you the reason why. That was the last breath pivot. Before you got to respond to my question, I pivoted and took control and took your attention somewhere else. So if a client tells me on the phone, how did you get my number? Then I say, didn't you fill some information online? Well, they're probably just gonna tell me, no, I didn't, and hang up. But if I use the last breath pivot, and when they tell me, how did you get my number? I say, you filled out some information online and it turns out you were flagged for a phenomenal opportunity. What's your interest rate? Now I just hit them with a question, pivoted on with the last breath pivot, and now they're thinking about my question and they must answer my question. If you're working in life insurance and you call somebody and they say, how did you get my number? I'm not interested in life insurance. And you say, why aren't you interested in life insurance? Well, they're just gonna hit you with another objection and try to get off that phone call. But if you use the last breath pivot when they say, I'm not interested in life insurance, and you say, nobody really is, but let me ask you a question. How much money are you putting away every single month right now? Or let me ask you a question. How many kids do you have right now? Well, that takes their focus off of the objection, directs it to the question you're asking them, and then they have to answer that question. And if they have 3 or 4 kids, I'm gonna go deeper into that, why they need life insurance. If they save up $500, $600, $700 a month, I'm gonna tell them what $100 a month could do for them in life insurance. And I'm gonna direct the call the way I wanna direct it when I use the last breath pivot. You have to be quick and precise in your interactions with people and always prepared to use the last breath pivot. The more and more you do that, the more and more you're gonna start guiding the conversations the right way and be quicker on your feet. Then it's your job to build value and trust and keep dribbling the ball. And then later in the call, you can pass the ball back and let the client speak when you want to obtain more information to create the best solution for them. Did you follow, like, and subscribe to the channel yet? If not, make sure you do, because there's a lot more content coming to you. Another example of the last breath pivot. Peace.